Welcome to Space Club. If you're here from the internet, welcome as well. But if you're in the Space Club, go ahead and take out your lunar phases worksheet right now. We're going to get to that in just a minute. But before we can get to the moon phases, we first need to talk about the serious question, is the moon made of cheese? If that's really a question you have, then you're in the wrong club. You need to go next door to the I don't know very much club. But if you're in the Space Club, you already knew the answer to that. No, of course it's not made of cheese. The Earth is made up of metals and rocks just like the Earth is. In fact, let's take a look at this picture of the mineral moon that I took. Took this shot in my own backyard. You'll notice there's some red and there's some blue in there. You got the red, which is coming from iron. You got the blue, which is coming from titanium. So you can see that there's different minerals in the moon itself. So of course the moon is not made of cheese. All right, let's go ahead and take a look now at how far the moon is from the Earth. The distance of the moon from the Earth varies depending on its orbit, but it averages about 238,000 miles away from Earth. That's a long ways. You could fit 30 Earths in between the Earth and the moon. Hey, who put this moon on my head? Get rid of that. All right, it's time for us to take a look at the moon phases. At this time, take out your worksheets. We're going to go through the moon phases. Follow me over to the computer. The first thing to remember is that the moon is just one giant rock. It does not put off any light of its own. The only light you see on the moon is the light that's reflected from the sun, and that determines our moon phases. Let's go ahead and take a look at this graphic as we see that the moon is now rotating with the Earth. And look at the bottom right-hand graphic there. That shows you what the Earth looks like depending on where the moon is in the sky. Right now, as it gets between the Earth and the sun, we get to the new moon because no light is reflecting off that moon for us to see. And in the night sky, the moon is completely dark. We don't see any of it. Then as it keeps rotating around, you see that we get more and more light as it gets away from the sun. And eventually it's going to get behind the Earth with the sun reflecting off its full face. And that's when you've got the full moon, where we can see the moon in all of its glory. Let's go ahead and take a look at the 8 phases of the moon. At this time, take out your worksheets. This is the information you're going to want to fill in before you turn in those worksheets to me. We have got 8 phases of the moon, and here they are. The new moon is the completely dark moon. Then as it moves away from the sun, we get the waxing crescent, the first quarter, the waxing gibbous, the full moon, the waning gibbous, the last quarter, and the waning crescent. These are the lunar phases. These are the phases you want to fill out in that worksheet that's in front of you. If you didn't get them already, that's okay. You're going to get onto the Chromebooks in just a second, and we'll take a look at them then. Well, that just about does it for the moon phases, but there's still so much more for us to take a look at for the moon. Let's go ahead and take a look at moon exploration. The first time we went to the moon was 1969. In fact, the very first time a man stepped on the moon was July 20th, 1969, and that was Neil Armstrong. We went to the moon 6 times, and 12 people have actually stepped foot on the moon. All of them were Americans. The last time we went was 1972. But not to worry, we're planning to go back. In fact, the Artemis project, we plan to get back to the moon, and then eventually from the moon, we're going to take off from there and go up to Mars. But that's for a different video, so you'll just have to stick around for that one. All right, that's all I have for you guys today. If you're in the Space Club, I will see you guys in 2 weeks. If you're visiting us on the internet, come back and check out our next video. Thanks for coming along.